Instant noodles are consumed at a rate of over 120 billion servings every single year worldwide, making them one of the most produced processed foods on the planet. What makes the manufacturing process technically interesting is the dehydration method used to give the noodles their long shelf life and their famous quick cook property. A method that fundamentally changes the noodle's internal structure in a way most consumers never think about. This is the complete process from raw flour to sealed package. It starts with flour, and the flour specification for instant noodle production is selected for very specific functional properties. Wheat flour is the primary raw material, and instant noodle manufacturers typically use a medium to high protein wheat flour because the gluten network that protein develops is what gives the noodle dough its elasticity and chew, and what allows it to withstand the mechanical stress of sheeting, cutting, steaming, and frying without falling apart. The flour arrives at the facility in bulk, transferred pneumatically from tanker trucks into large storage silos, where it is held until called forward into the production system. Alongside flour, the other primary raw materials are water, salt, and an alkaline mineral solution, known in the industry as kansui, a blend of sodium carbonate and potassium carbonate dissolved in water that is one of the defining ingredients separating instant noodles and ramen-style noodles from ordinary pasta. Kansui performs several functions simultaneously in the dough. The alkaline solution raises the pH of the dough, which changes the way the gluten proteins interact and produces the characteristic firm, springy, slightly chewy texture associated with these noodles, rather than the softer texture of standard wheat pasta. The alkalinity also affects the flavonoid pigments naturally present in wheat flour, shifting their color toward the pale yellow tone that is visually associated with instant noodles, independent of any added color. And the alkaline environment alters the starch gelatinization behavior of the dough during the steaming step later in the process, contributing to the noodle's ability to rehydrate quickly when hot water is added by the consumer. The kansui solution is prepared in a separate mixing tank at the facility, with the carbonate salts dissolved in water at a precisely controlled concentration before being metered into the dough mixing system. The dough mixing process begins in large industrial mixers, where flour is combined with the water and kansui solution in carefully controlled proportions. The mixing develops the gluten network through mechanical action, similar in principle to bread dough mixing, but the hydration level and mixing time are calibrated specifically for the firmer, lower moisture dough that instant noodle production requires compared to bread. The mixer runs until the dough reaches a uniform, slightly crumbly but cohesive consistency, not the smooth elastic mass of a bread dough, but a drier, more granular texture that will be brought together through the mechanical pressure of the next processing step rather than through extensive mixing alone. The mixed dough is transferred from the mixer to the compounding and sheeting line, and this is where the dough begins taking the physical form that will eventually become individual noodle strands. The dough first passes through a compounding step, where two separate sheets of dough are pressed together into a single sheet. This compounding process is a specific technique used in noodle manufacturing to improve the uniformity of the gluten network in the finished sheet by combining two separately formed sheets under pressure rather than working a single mass of dough directly into a thin sheet. The production process produces a more even distribution of gluten strands and reduces the structural weak points that can occur when dough is sheeted directly from a single mixed batch. The compounded sheet then passes through a series of sheeting rollers arranged in sequence, each set at a progressively narrower gap than the one before it. As the dough sheet passes through each roller pair, it is compressed and elongated, becoming thinner and longer with each pass. This progressive reduction is more effective at developing the gluten structure and achieving a uniform thickness, then attempting to reduce the dough to its final thickness in a single pass, which would risk tearing the sheet or producing uneven density across its width. The dough sheet exits the final sheeting roller at the target thickness specified for the product line. Instant noodle sheets are typically rolled to a thickness of around 1 millimeter, though this varies somewhat by product type. The continuous sheet, now thin, smooth, and pale yellow from the Kansui treatment, moves forward into the cutting and waving section of the line. The slitting machine is a roller fitted with closely spaced cutting blades arranged across its width, and as the dough sheet passes through, the blades cut it into the narrow, continuous noodle strands that will become the individual noodles in the finished product. The number and spacing of the cutting blades determines the width of each noodle strand, and this is calibrated according to the specific noodle style being produced. Thinner cuts for delicate noodle styles, thicker cuts for heartier varieties. Immediately after cutting, the noodle strands pass through a waving box, a feature unique to instant noodle production that creates the characteristic curly, wavy shape recognizable in nearly every package of instant noodles sold worldwide. The waving box works by passing the freshly cut noodle strands through a narrow channel at a conveyor speed that is deliberately slower than the speed at which the strands are being fed into the channel. This speed differential causes the noodle strands to bunch and fold against each other as they enter the narrower channel, creating the wave pattern as the strands are compressed together. The waved noodle mass exits the waving box and is cut to length, forming individual portions that will become single servings, with the wavy structure locked in by the close compression that occurred inside the waving channel. This wave shape is not purely cosmetic. The increased surface area and the gaps created between the waves significantly improve the noodle's ability to absorb hot water quickly during final preparation, which is directly connected to the quick cook property that defines the entire instant noodle category. The waved and portioned noodle strands now move into the steaming tunnel, a stage that begins the cooking process and sets the structure that will allow the noodles to survive dehydration and rapid rehydration later. The steaming tunnel is a long enclosed chamber through which the noodle portions travel on a conveyor while exposed to saturated steam at a controlled temperature, typically around 212 degrees Fahrenheit, for a period of several minutes. The steam gelatinizes the starch in the noodle dough, a chemical transformation where the starch granules absorb the available water and swell, converting the dense raw dough structure into a cooked, more open and porous internal structure. This gelatinization step is essential for the entire instant noodle concept to work, because pre-gelatinized starch rehydrates and softens far more readily when hot water is added by the consumer than raw, ungelatinized starch would. Without this steaming step, the dehydrated noodles produced later in the process would require far longer cooking times to become palatable, defeating the entire purpose of the product category. The noodle portions exit the steaming tunnel fully cooked on the surface and substantially gelatinized throughout, with a pale, slightly translucent appearance and a soft, pliable texture distinctly different from the dry, dense dough that entered the tunnel. From the steamer, the noodle portions move directly into the dehydration stage, and this is where the production process diverges into the two major technology paths used across the instant noodle industry: frying and air drying. Fried instant noodles, the more traditional and still more common format globally, are dehydrated through deep frying in palm oil or a similar vegetable oil at a temperature typically between 290 and 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The steamed noodle portions, held in their individual molded shapes, pass through the frying oil for a brief period, usually under 2 minutes. During this frying step, the high oil temperature rapidly evaporates the moisture remaining in the noodle after steaming, and as the water leaves the noodle's internal structure, the spaces it occupied become tiny pores and channels throughout the noodle strand. This porous structure, created specifically by the violent and rapid moisture evaporation during frying, is what allows fried instant noodles to rehydrate so quickly when hot water is poured over them later. The porous network provides a vastly larger internal surface area for water to penetrate compared to a solid, non-porous noodle strand. The fried noodles emerge from the oil bath with a golden color, a final moisture content typically below 3%, and the lightweight, slightly brittle texture characteristic of the fried noodle blocks found in traditional instant noodle packaging. Air-dried instant noodles, an alternative and increasingly popular format marketed often as a non-fried or healthier option, achieve dehydration through a different mechanism. Instead of frying, the steamed noodle portions pass through a hot air-drying tunnel where heated air, rather than hot oil, is circulated around the noodles for a significantly longer period, typically 20 to 40 minutes, gradually drawing out the moisture. Because there's no oil involved and no violent flash evaporation, the resulting noodle structure is denser and less porous than its fried counterpart, which means air-dried noodles generally require a longer rehydration and cooking time when prepared by the consumer compared to fried noodles, even though both are technically classified as instant. The final moisture content target for air-dried noodles is similar to the fried version, generally below the threshold needed for long-term shelf stability without refrigeration, but the internal structure and resulting texture differ meaningfully between the two methods. Whichever dehydration method is used, the noodle blocks exit the drying or frying stage at an elevated temperature and move immediately into a cooling section, where ambient or chilled air rapidly brings the noodle blocks down to a temperature suitable for handling and packaging. Cooling the noodle blocks before packaging is necessary because packaging hot or even warm noodle blocks would trap residual heat and moisture inside the sealed package, creating condensation that could compromise the noodle's shelf stability and promote spoilage during storage. After cooling, the noodle blocks pass through a visual and weight inspection system. Cameras and sensors scan each block for structural defects, broken or incomplete blocks, uneven coloring that might indicate inconsistent frying or drying, or visible foreign material. Weight sensors confirm that each noodle block falls within the target weight specification for that product line, since variance in block weight directly affects both portion consistency for the consumer and the accuracy of the declared net weight on the finished package. Blocks that fail either the visual or weight inspection criteria are automatically removed from the line. Approved noodle blocks then proceed to the seasoning and assembly stage, which differs depending on the specific instant noodle format being produced. For cup or bowl format instant noodles, the noodle block is placed directly into the preformed cup or bowl container by an automated placement system. Once the noodle block is seated in the container, dried seasoning packets, dehydrated vegetable pieces, dried meat or protein flakes, and any other dry inclusions specified in the product formula are dispensed on top of the noodle block by metered dosing equipment, with each ingredient added through its own dedicated dispensing system to ensure accurate and consistent quantities across every unit produced. If the product includes a liquid seasoning oil packet, rather than only dry seasoning, that packet is placed into the container alongside the dry ingredients rather than being poured directly, preserving its sealed state until the consumer opens it during preparation. For bagged format instant noodles, a similar assembly process occurs, but adapted to the flow wrap or pouch packaging format instead of a rigid cup. The noodle block, along with its associated seasoning packets, dried vegetables, and any oil packets, are grouped together by an automated collation system before being fed into the packaging machine, ensuring that each finished package receives the complete and correct set of components specified for that product variety. The packaging stage for cup noodles involves sealing a printed paper or plastic film lid across the top of the filled cup, using a heat sealing mechanism that bonds the film securely around the cup's rim, creating an airtight seal that protects the contents during distribution and storage, while still allowing the consumer to easily peel back the film when preparing the product. For bagged noodles, a horizontal or vertical flow wrap machine forms, fills, and seals a printed flexible film pouch around the noodle block and its included components, with the film's barrier properties selected specifically to protect the dehydrated noodle from moisture absorption during the product's shelf life, since reabsorbed moisture would compromise both the noodle's texture and its long-term stability. Every sealed package, whether cup or bag format, passes through a check weigher that verifies the total package weight against the declared specification, accounting for the combined weight of the noodle block and all included seasoning and ingredient components. Packages outside the acceptable tolerance range are automatically diverted from the line. Each package then passes through a metal detector calibrated to the sensitivity level specified in the facility's food safety protocols, with any package triggering a positive detection immediately rejected and removed from the production flow. Accepted packages move forward to the secondary packaging stage, where individual units are grouped into the multi-pack or case format required for retail or wholesale distribution. Automated case packing equipment folds and assembles cardboard cases from flat blanks, fills them with the appropriate count of individually packaged noodle units, seals the case, and applies production date, batch, and traceability coding directly onto the case surface, where the shelf-stable nature of instant noodles allows for ambient temperature storage rather than the refrigerated systems required for many other processed food categories. From the warehouse, pallets enter the distribution network, moving through regional distribution centers before reaching retail shelves, food service operations, and export channels that carry instant noodles to markets across the globe. From raw wheat flour and an alkaline kansui solution, through mixing, compounding, sheeting, cutting, waving, steaming, frying or air drying, cooling, seasoning assembly, and final packaging, the instant noodle production process transforms simple agricultural ingredients into one of the most widely consumed and longest shelf life processed foods in the world, all through a sequence of steps engineered specifically around the goal of producing a noodle that cooks in minutes rather than the longer preparation time required by conventional pasta or fresh noodles.